can change your situation, you can change your condition, you can change your mental attitude, you can change everything simply by asking yourself a different question while you are in the middle of it. And you can change somebody's direction too by asking them one question that shifts their thinking from I can't do this to I can do this. It's not a big difference. It's I cannot or I can. Did you know, ladies and gentlemen, there's not a single problem in the world that we cannot solve today because we have all the resources available. The question is not whether we can. The question is whether we will do it. We always have a choice during turbulent change. We can fight it or embrace it. I say embrace it.
And to realize that how much change is happening in your industry, what will you do? Will you stay there rehearsing the past, the way things used to be? Or will you make a conscious decision to focus on the future? You see, most people focus on what they're going through. See, I focus on what I'm going to.
Study shows that half of the employees in the workplace have never been properly recognized and appreciated. Also, 80% of them have never been told thank you for a job well done. Then people are talking about low morale in the workplace. People are talking about people who are not performing at their best.
I believe we ought to start a movement in the workplace. Hey, let's call it the appreciation movement.
Now, I know there is sexual harassment and all kinds of things. You can't touch the people at work. But what if you touch them emotionally? What if you just said something that really make them feel good inside?
You see, I love to engage my audience during the presentation. I don't want my presentation to be a monologue. I want it to be a conversation. That is why I go to the audience, I speak with them, I bring them on stage, I ask questions, and I involve them as much as I can in and out of the story. I got somebody over there looking at me, honey, I need a little more than what's up. You don't know what I'm going through. I'm like, you on your own. You know what you do when you're going through those tough times? Yes, I want to entertain the audience. I want them to have fun. But more importantly, I want them to walk away with some actionable takeaways they can apply in their lives to get better results.
I'm going to share those 5 fundamental principles with you. The first one is to stop rehearsing the past. Ladies and gentlemen, things are changing. You can cry about it, or you can decide to accept it and move on.
Whether you're a businessman or a student or an individual employee, if you've got circumstances that you think are tough, you're not going to believe Rene's story. This man's story is amazing, and we have him on In Depth.
Called the Village Hero.
I was born in a little village in Haiti, very primitive. We had no running water, no electricity, and we didn't have any plumbing and no access to medical care. Life was really tough.
Now, when you came from Haiti, you came with very little, didn't you, Rene?
Very little. $5. I had a tiny suitcase. To this day, I travel across the country with my little suitcase. I have my most precious belonging. It's in it is the flag of this country, which, you know, for years before 9/11, I was traveling around showing it to people. And 2 shirts and 1 pair of pants.
Well, when I was a little boy, I was just as deprived as the one you saw on your television. Today, I am the luckiest man alive.
because I am living in the United States of America.
Mama was living in a little shack infested with rats and roaches. My sister, my brother, and I, we used to sleep on the bare floor at night, and the rats and the roaches used to cross over us all night.
Okay, you are watching my demo video and you see me on stage. Now you are ready to make a decision to book me. However, your question is, I don't know how the audience can relate with this guy sharing a story about overcoming poverty in a small village in Haiti, right? Well, let me share this with you. I don't really go on stage and share my story because I know the audience cares. No, in fact, I know they don't. I share the story because I want them to walk away knowing whatever challenge that they are dealing with now, whether it is a change process, a merger, acquisition, or whatever it is in the workplace, I want them to say to themselves, if this guy can overcome all those challenges and found creative ways to become who he is and where he is today, so can I. I want them to look at the situation and say, no condition is permanent. I can thrive through this challenge or this change.
He said he told the hostess neither. I looked at the hostess, I said, everything.
Typically, I would interview a couple of people on the team before my presentation because you never know, they might say something that is an inside joke for the company or humor for the company. Now, when I share it on stage, anybody outside of the company would not get it, but they would get it. That's called customization. He said, Mr. Godefroy, you are our guest. Why don't you start first? I said, oh no, sir, I like to take my time, you know. Humor is very important during the presentation. It's therapeutic. It can relieve stress. And the audience members, they need that at the convention. I said, Jonathan. He said, hey. I say, yeah, 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 yeah. And those of you who didn't raise your hands, you probably said to yourself, I don't talk to myself. That's talking to yourself. It's very important that I know the theme of the conference, because I will take the theme of the conference and roll it into my message, preferably when I'm closing, to put it right at the close in order to customize the presentation just for that convention. When you look at the theme of your conference, what's up? Recharge spirits, energize lives, and create community. And then you begin to see what you do in the community yourself, the people you interact with. Every day you have the opportunity to create an impact.
The theme of this conference is the magic of the moment. Folks, thanks very much for making this a magical moment for me, beyond my wildest dreams. God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
What you will not see in this demo video is the time and energy I invest into preparing the presentation so that I can customize it just for the audience. My presentation is not a cookie cutter. For example, I would go to their website and read the mission statement and vision statement. I would go to Yahoo Finances and find out some information about the particular company or group. I would go to Google. I would go to the fan page on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and I would read as much as I can about them. I would go to the event a day before and attend as many sessions as I can attend and meet as many people as I can meet before my presentation. Why do I do that? Well, you never know. I might need to change something on the fly based on the information and the connection I am making with the people at the event.
Well, actually, I had heard about Rene's presentation previously, and I found it very difficult to believe all of the accolades that I had heard that he could be as good as they say. Having seen him, I don't even think the accolades are quite accurate. He's much better than I was told. This is the most enjoyable speech I've seen in many, many years. I've seen a lot of inspirational and a lot of motivational speakers in my life, and he hit home. This guy is from the heart. He becomes your friend as he stands there on stage. Absolutely incredible.
Rene is one of the best that we've had. I'm definitely going to invite him back to several future conferences, even for the same people that got to see him here tonight. Incredible message, incredible person. Thank you so much, Rene, and we will have you back again.